WWE hasn't always necessarily played well with others, so it was really there was so much shock factor to them announcing Mickie James entering the Royal Rumble as the Impact Knockouts World Champion.
What's up, everyone? Jose G here for Sportskeeda Wrestling, and my guest at this time, she is the former Knockouts World Champion. She is the current Triple A Reina de Reinas Champion, coming off an incredible hard-to-kill pay-per-view against Mickie James. Deonna Purrazzo, La Virtuosa. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you so much. I'm doing well. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your day to do this interview. Now, you came off of a hell of an amazing pay-per-view on Saturday with Mickie James. Now, how was working with Mickie James? Like, that whole program, you know, she took the title off of you a few months ago. You were trying to get it back. First ever Texas Deathmatch women's main event in Impact history. What's going through your mind, and how was working with Mickie James?
Working with Mickie was such a learning curve, I keep saying, because everything that we built over the last 6 or 7 months was something I was doing for the first time, or the first once or twice I've done before. But you know, Mickie is a living legend, right? Absolutely. And she's been doing this for so long that she's been there and done that in every situation. So it was really fun to just like sit back and be able to see what things she finds important for storytelling, or what moments she thinks are key to really get longevity out of a match. So I have learned so much thus far working with her, and just being in her presence, and you know, being able to do this story. I mean, we started at Slammiversary. It bled through to NWA's Empower pay-per-view, and then NWA 73 the next night, culminated at the first ever Knockouts main event at Hard to Kill in the first ever women's Texas Deathmatch. I mean, it being the main event is everything I wanted. All last year, people kept asking me, you know, what's next? What more can you do? And it was always, I want to be given a main event spot, and not just because I'm a woman, and you know, women's evolution and women's empowerment, but because we warranted the main event spot. I've told such an incredible story that we are taking that spot from the men. So to be able to finally do that was just like the last that I needed. And we capped off 2021 and went into 2022 in such an amazing way.
I mean, let me tell you, Deonna, I've been watching you now for several years before you went into NXT, before you came into Impact, when you were doing stuff overseas. And I've been a huge fan of the Virtuosa. You've, you know, when you got released from NXT, it broke my heart, because you know, I knew that you were light years ahead of the talent over there, and you know, they didn't use you properly, but that's near there because now you are doing very, very well. Yeah. But coming off the heels of you know, working with Mickie James, big announcement, we know about it. She's going to be in the Royal Rumble. Yeah. Forbidden doors wide open. Yeah. What's your? I mean, you're no stranger to the Forbidden Door. You know, you're the Reina de Reinas Campeona, Triple A. You called out Roxy, you know, for the Ring of Honor Women's Championship. So you're ready to walk through that door. But what's your take on Mickie, and which door are you walking through next? Oh
gosh. Well, I guess I'm walking through that Ring of Honor door next. So today is Wednesday, right? Tomorrow is Impact Wrestling on Access TV, and it's myself versus Roxy. Title versus title. So that's the next door I'm walking through. But I think that WWE hasn't always necessarily played well with others. So it was really there was so much shock factor to them announcing Mickie James entering the Royal Rumble as the Impact Knockouts World Champion. And I think that, you know, regardless of what we've done in Impact thus far, it put a whole new set of eyes on Impact's product, and then specifically Mickie and I's match at Hard to Kill. So I was as shocked, I think, as everyone else about the announcement, but you know, if it is benefiting Impact in some way, then I'm all for it.
And Impact's been having a great couple of years under the leadership of Scott D'Amore, and you know, nobody would have thought of something like this happening in years. So it's definitely a great time not only to be in the wrestling business as a performer, but as a fan watching all these dream matchups come up together.
Absolutely.
Saturday on Hard to Kill, we got to bring something up here real quick, because there's someone who made an appearance in your match, Matthew Rehwoldt.
Yeah.
And a lot of fans are asking me, Jose, ask Deonna what's going on.
Yeah.
How did the partnership with Matthew Rehwoldt come about, and what's his position right now in Impact and with you?
So it was really organic, actually. We were doing the homecoming tournament, and Impact wanted me to be a part of it, and it was like, well, who kind of fits with the Virtuosa? And they planned on bringing Matthew Rehwoldt in anyway, and it just kind of, they put us together and it worked. Like, there was no effort needed. They were like, well, maybe come up with an entrance or something, and we were like, we got this.
Yeah.
Because his character and the Virtuosa, this drama king, and I'm so dramatic in who the Virtuosa is, it just was a natural pairing, and it just really worked. And I think in a lot of ways, the Virtuosa is supposed to be this big, evil, mean heel, bad guy, but I think I have this weird dynamic where fans also respect me and have been on this journey with me for so long and are seeing me, get what I deserve in some ways. So they cheer me, and it kind of solidified, like, no, she's the bad guy, and we want to boo her when they paired me with Matthew Rehwoldt. And I was so happy that we were able to navigate a way for him to be a part of that main event, because I really feel like he has been such an integral part in the story that Mickie and I have been telling, that as the main event, he deserved a little bit of spotlight too for what he's done for us. So, I mean, yeah, it was saving me from the 10 count and giving me one last hope, but then also taking a nasty guitar shot to the head. Yeah. So, I love him. I think he's phenomenal. He'll be on commentary for my match with Roxy this week. He can just really do it all. And I'm so excited to see what his future is with Impact, and I hope I'm next to him for the ride.
Yeah, there's a lot of familiar names that are making their way into Impact. We saw Tom Hannafin be the new voice of Impact, did a fantastic job calling the play-by-play on Saturday. Matthew is a fantastic talent as well. He can do, just like you said, he could be in the ring, he could do a character, and he can do commentary, so he could do everything. He's a true renaissance man of the business. You talked a little bit earlier about Empower, and you had an incredible main event this weekend on Saturday. In the wake of Empower, in the wake of this Hard to Kill Texas Death Match, what else do you want to see done in the Knockouts division that'll be a first time for Impact Wrestling?
I have no idea. Honestly, I had no idea that the Knockouts had never main evented a pay-per-view before. I just, with the legacy that the Knockouts have, I just imagined that was something they had done before. So I didn't realize that was going to be a first time ever history-making thing. I have no idea. We also just had the first ever Women's Ultimate X match at Hard to Kill, so that checks off the bucket list of firsts. I mean, I don't know. I feel like Impact is constantly pushing the envelope with what the Knockouts division is able to do in the space they give us to have these firsts and make these histories making moments. But I also feel like there's only so much firsts and history making moments you can have. So, I mean, I don't have an answer for you. I have no idea.
And that's fair. That's fair. It's hard to think of innovative ideas when you already just came off of an innovative match on Saturday. So I totally get it. I don't blame you for that. But let's jump in now to a quick little segment that we're going to call This or That.
Okay.
All right?
Yeah.
3 little questions, simple answers, and these came from fans and from the team at Sportskeeda that they want to know a little bit more about you.
Okay.
So, for our first question, if the forbidden door was open, which of the Wrestling World's champion would you want to face? 1, Charlotte, or Britt Baker?
Britt Baker.
Britt Baker.
It's my best friend. How can I say no? And honestly, I think Charlotte is absolutely incredible, and that would be a dream come true as well. But Britt and I just have so much history. Literally, we've traveled together, we've flown together, we've shared twin-size hotel room beds together. Like, she is my absolute best friend. So it would be really, really cool to share the ring with her.
Awesome. Then we also have a second question here. It says, who would you want to see in Impact Wrestling in the Knockouts division? Toni Storm or CJ Perry, formerly known as Lana?
Oh, gosh, these are hard. Okay, another one of my very best friends is Toni Storm. So I'm going to say Toni Storm. In terms of...
That's a marquee right there.
Yes, in terms of wanting to wrestle her, and also in terms of I think everything that she needs as a human, Impact provides. Yeah, I want to see her thrive in whatever she chooses to do next, whether it's wrestling or whether it's not. So Toni Storm.
Awesome. And then we have our last This or That question. Would you prefer to be belt collector Deonna?
Okay.
Or being ranked as the best women's wrestler in 2022?
Well, I think they come a little hand in hand, right? I think that I would rather be the belt collector. I think that, I was ranked number 3 in PWI, 3 in the entire world, which is absolutely phenomenal, and in such an accomplishment and means so much to me. But I think that wrestling is always going to be subjective, and everyone has their flavor of ice cream, right? And, I might not be everyone's cup of tea, so I might not ever be number 1. But what I know for sure is that I am the champ right now, and I'm going to be the champ on Thursday, and one day I'll be the champ.
Champ to third power. I love it. Well, Deonna, I want to thank you so much for taking your time to get this interview and talk to us here at Sportskeeda. Guys, make sure you follow Deonna Purrazzo on all of our social media. Follow us on our YouTube channel for continued content that we're going to be giving you guys. We have an interview with Moose, so make sure you stay tuned, set your notifications on to see first, so you never miss whenever we drop brand new stuff. For Deonna Purrazzo, I'm Jose G from Sportskeeda, and we'll see you next time.